Hi, I'm Ben from Night by Night, and this is ramzine.co.uk.
Alright, it's ramzine.co.uk, back at Hard Rock Hell. We're here with Ben from Night by Night. How are you doing today, sir?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Fantastic. How was the show last night?
Really good. Often with festival stuff, it's all a bit sort of very quick. You come on, you go off, and you don't really have time to figure out what it sounds like on stage or change anything. So it wasn't perfect, but I really enjoyed it. And it means a lot for us to play here. There's a lot of bands we really like on the bill, and it's obviously a really famous and well-renowned festival, so it's a big deal for us.
Fantastic. Obviously, you've just come off the national tour with Jettblack. How did that go? Really good.
We had such a good time with those guys. I can't even really begin to explain how nice they are. Birkenhead, my guitar amp breaks on stage. Tom, the bass of Jettblack, runs onto the stage, helps me, fixes it, gets John's head from Jettblack, just swaps them around. John's like, yeah, whatever, just use it, man. Just so nice, so helpful. Whereas most headline bands wouldn't probably even be in the building. But you know, they were there and they helped out. Couldn't really have hoped for anything better, especially given how those guys are doing really well and they're really popular. And often, the more popular a band gets, sometimes they can be a bit more untouchable. But those guys are really down to earth, and I think we made some friends for life there.
Well, I was at the York show, so what would you say was the best show on that tour and why?
Three best ones. There were three, really clear. Wolverhampton, Nottingham and London, the Underworld at the end. Well, almost the end, yeah.
Well, obviously what we've seen from the news from yourselves is you've got a new singer coming into the fold. Can we sort of expect a change in sound in any way, or what are they going to sort of bring in to the Night by Night machine?
Interesting question, Brian. We've had a conversation about that because it's a slightly odd dynamic, because he's going to have to re-record the vocals on the album. We've done the album and he's going to come in and re-record the vocals, but you kind of don't want to say to someone, just do it exactly the same, because the guy we're getting in is really good. He's actually, you might even have already heard of him because one of the bands he was in before did quite well. So he's a talented guy, he's really cool, he's really laid back. So I don't want to say to him, right, so now you have to do exactly what we tell you all the time forever. You want to give him a bit of leeway, a bit of creativity, while still retaining what it was in the first place that was on that album. Well, the next album will be different because we'll write it together. With this one, to try and answer your question, I think he'll bring a bit more of an edge to it, but still keep the poppiness and all the melody with a bit more maybe rock kind of grittiness.
Well, it's like that the major part of your sound is the sort of the front three vocal harmonies. That was really evident during the live show. So, I was personally curious: who are your sort of main influences for that sound? 'Cause there's not very many bands that use harmonies that much these days. So, who is it that you sort of take inspiration from?
When we started the band, we had a vision, which was let's make a band that draws on a lot of the 80s influences we had, make it a bit more modern, mix it up with some big riffs, a bit Alter Bridgey, a bit Shinedown-y, but really focus on having three-part vocal harmonies and actually doing it live. Not using any backing tracks, actually being able to do it. So we spent a lot of time where we just rehearsed the harmonies without anything else. So that was a big influence. So that was Def Leppard, Journey. What other bands really do it? I'm blank. Those were two. I mean, Def Leppard primarily, and they do it live as well. So that was probably the key influence on that.
And finally, what can we expect from Night by Night in 2013 going forward?
The first album released probably around about April, May, and then a whole bunch of dates to follow, some festival dates, and getting on some supports with some decent bands at kind of academy sort of venues. That's the plan.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Brian.